Welcome to the Moz Files. Today we're going to talk about red flags, value, and vision. This is going to be a 3-part series, so I'm going to break it up a little bit. That way it's a little bit easier to digest. Now, most of us have heard to avoid people who aren't excited when things are going good and who gloat or downplay things going wrong in your life. But have we ever looked deeper into that, what it means? We learn about red flags, but what's an okay red flag? What's too many red flags? What do we value, and why do we value it? All these things make up the vision of our future relationships. What is your vision? Who came up with your vision? Is there light in your vision? Can you see your vision? Or is it dark? So over these next 3 parts, we're going to talk about these things that make up the vision of your relationships. Because right now, there's a lot of blind leading the blind and telling you how your relationships should be. But we can come back to the light. So we're going to start with red flags. I had spoke on red flags before, and I said that we would talk about them again. The reason what I had said earlier was accountability. We often see red flags in people and we overlook those red flags. We just so happen to look for the best in people, and that's not necessarily the best thing. You don't want to keep overlooking these red flags and putting yourself in a bad position because you're the one who's left to pick up these pieces. So you can't just keep trusting and I understand that you have to trust a little bit. We all have red flags. We all have flaws. There's something about all of us. But if you see somebody whose energy is just not right for you, they're telling you who they are and you're saying, I need to stay away, stay away. Example of these are being in a relationship with a cheater. If you were the other woman or if you were the other man, don't think that you're going to get into a relationship and magically this person is going to start believing in monogamy. More than likely, once you get into this relationship with this person, they will continue to cheat. And then you'll be cheated on. And then you'll say, I don't understand what happened. Why? Why? They told you why. They told you why before you got into that relationship. You just didn't want to accept it. You wanted to look for the best in them. If a person is known as a user, they hop from person to person using people, draining them of their energy, draining them of their finances, draining them of whatever they can drain them of. Why do you think this person is going to get with you and start to give? It doesn't make sense. Nobody just changes like that. They usually are who they are until they are ready to be something different. Them being ready to be something different is not them going, oh, I want to change this and that. No, there are things that you see when a person truly wants to change, starting with accountability. We have talked about that. We have stated that the first part of change is accountability, because how can you grow if you don't know what you're growing from? How can you grow if you don't see what the problem is? Things like that. So a person must be accountable before they can even start to process what needs to be fixed. And some of us need therapy. Sometimes that person needs to go to therapy. And therapy is not getting on YouTube and watching videos. Therapy is not lighting a sage and swinging it around saying, oh no, it's the demons around me that's getting me. That's not therapy. Some people need to actually go sit down with a licensed therapist and speak about these things, because they need to figure out what traumas or what in their past is causing these things. That's when a person is ready to change. Because you cannot redeem somebody who's not looking for redemption. Let me repeat that. You cannot redeem someone who is not looking for redemption. Stop trying to redeem that person. Stop trying to change them on your own. They will not change. Now, with these red flags, you might say, okay, well, um, what's too many red flags? What's a big red flag? Is this something I can overlook? Okay, they have these red flags. Is that too much? Is that nobody's perfect? Nobody's perfect. We're all gonna have our red flags. You're gonna see something wrong with everybody because that's just how we are. We are flawed beings. We have our flaws. So the way I like to look at things is like you're buying a car. All right. You're buying a used car. Well, no, you can even be buying a new car. But you're buying a car, but that does make a difference. Is the car new? Is it used? Does it have a knock in the engine? What is the transmission like? Is the air conditioner working perfectly? You want to see what is going on with this car. Check out the car. Learn about the car before you get in the car and you give away the money and you commit to this car. This is the most interesting thing to me. Not one person goes to a car lot with money in their hand, looks at a car and goes, I choose that car, and then gets in that car and drives off. Nobody does that. Don't you do a little research? Hey, what do I look for in a used car? What type of car am I looking for? What things are important for me? Okay, when I see this car, what does it have a history of? What could be future problems? We research these things, but yet when it comes to our personal lives, when it comes to our futures, and relationship is a huge part of your future. This is somebody that is either going to cause more trauma in your life, or you are looking to settle down and they are the person that you spend the rest of your life with. So why is it that we do all our diligence and our research on material things, but then when it comes to something that really is a part of our future, where we're going to go, whether this person is even going to be the father of your child or the mother of your child, they could possibly be in your life for the rest of your life. Why not know what you're getting into? Stop getting in cars that you don't know nothing about. Stop committing to cars that you know nothing about. And another part of this is we're all car salesmen. We're all car salesmen. We all are trying to sell a car. We're all trying to, and this is what the first date is. And this is why I say that we need to do first dates a different way. Because we get on these first dates and we just want to show you the picture. That's all we want to show you. We want to show you this beautiful picture when the car, what it looked like 2 years ago, as a matter of fact. And it was glossed up and it was cleaned and it's shining and the light is hitting it just right. Look at those rims. Look at that paint. It's beautiful. That's what we're doing on these first dates. I want to sell you this beautiful image of me. I want you to see me as this. And what is this? What I want to see myself as. The perfect image of me. We are all good people, for the most part, and we all can make a perfect image of ourselves. But over here is, what are we really about? And this is why I say, it's okay. Ask somebody, hey, what happened in your past relationship? Let's see if they took any accountability of what happened in their past relationship. Hey, what are your politics? Why do you want a house that is divided? You don't want to divide your house. And I'm not saying that a Democrat can't get with a Republican or a liberal can't get with this and that. I'm not saying you have to be same party, but if you're a far right and you're a far left, you're not about to meet. That's a long way to meet in the middle. And we're not going to agree on everything. We will have difference of opinions, but at the same time, there are some differences that are big. So I say, why divide the house? Hey, are you religious? Are you a Christian? Because if you are Christian, don't you want to live the Christian lifestyle? Don't you want to follow the word? how can you follow that word if your house is not balanced? How do you follow the word if your house is divided? You're talking about a hierarchy, you're talking about this and that, and what the Bible says, and that person's looking at you and saying, I don't care what the Bible says. That's a house that's divided. Why do you want a house that's divided? Ask that question. Hey, there's other things. What are you looking for? Be direct with your dating. What are you looking for? Do you want to have kids? Why do you want to waste time? Why go on a second date if this person is absolutely not for you? You're just wasting time. I feel that these questions should be appropriate questions on the first date. Who cares if it's taking a first date too serious? You're spending money, so you're just gonna throw money away. You're gonna go on a second date, that's more money. We're just throwing money away. It makes no sense. We need to be direct. We need to be efficient. We need to be effective. Ask the tough questions. Stop giving the pretty picture. Let me see what's really underneath the hood. All right. Now, with this, you want to make sure that you're not too dead set on something. I want you to think about it right now. If I go to a car lot right now and the car salesman says, what do you want? And I say, I want a Hellcat. I have to have a Hellcat. I must get a Hellcat. Otherwise, I don't want nothing. Oh, well, we have Hellcats. Come on over this way with me. What you don't realize is that you're setting yourself up, because now I know what you want. I know you want this badly, but at the same time, your mind's not even open to where you're looking for what is really for you. What's really for you? What is God's plan for you? You see what I'm saying? He has a plan for you, but you're saying, with your plan. I got my own plan. This is what I want. In the moment that you say, forget your plan, this is my plan, this is what I want, you're now putting your plans, putting your future, putting everything in the hands of man. Because he's now going to take you and he's going to say, come here with me. And who knows what you're going to get sold at that time. You can get sold there's this broke down Hellcat that they're trying to get off the yard. Hey, do whatever you got to do to sell it, get it out of here. We'll even give you more money for selling the car. You get a bigger percentage, a bigger cut on selling the car. So I'm going to hide some of these little issues. We're going to sell this car as is to you. Hey, I know that there's I think they have to cover things within like a 90-day period, because you can't technically break something within 90 days. So sometimes but they know this is going to give out in 6 months. We're good. We're in the clear. This right here, this car's good for a year, because I know the timing belt is out. So you're about to pay all this money for this car, but the timing belt's out. And they know you got to get that fixed, and that's going to be expensive. Oh, that's going to be expensive. The engine needs to be rebuilt, or the transmission needs to be rebuilt. There's things wrong with this car, but you told them already what you wanted, so they know what you want. They know that you're not even open to seeing what's best for you, because you're so dead set on what you want, what looks good to you, because you just have to see yourself in that Hellcat. And now you're in their hands, and they're not going to tell you the full story, because they don't need to tell you the full story. They only need to tell you half a story, because they know they have you in their palms. Because you see this Hellcat, and this Hellcat looks nice. They cleaned it up for you. They waxed it. They did everything. It looks good. You're just thinking about, man, I want to put those keys in, and I'm gonna pull up to where I'm from, and I'll be like, hey, look at me in my new car. That's what I want to do. Why? Because we want to impress other people instead of impressing ourselves, impressing our God, following His plan. So now what are you being? You're being thirsty to things that you don't need. And what does that mean? Let's go with 1 Timothy chapter 6:10 states, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs." What does that mean? Even if you yourself feel like, oh, I don't have a love for money, I don't have that, but yet we're in this time where I need a person who makes this much. I need a person who makes this much. He has to make 6 figures. He has to make 6 figures. Okay, you're going to get this man that makes 6 figures. What is his values? We overlooked that because we were so thirsty for, you had to have that man that made 6 figures. You were thirsty for it. You found that man. He flashed you some cash. He flashed you some cash. He flashed you a little Birkin bag. He did this and that. But meanwhile, you're committed to this person. You're building a future in your mind with this person, but you don't know what this person is about. You don't know if this person is for you. You don't know if this person was in your plan. And now you find yourself in a situation where you're in too deep with this person that you found out you didn't even know. I didn't know this person. I didn't know them. But you're in too deep. Oh, I wanted a woman who has a beautiful body, all the curves, breast and a butt, and she just looks amazing. Okay, I got that. I got that woman. She has a great, amazing body. But now you find out, oh, you're Christian? Yeah, I'm Christian. I'm atheist. Oh, okay. But I'm so stuck on this body. We can make it work. My faith is my faith. You don't need to follow my faith. It's mine. It's personal. Okay. You go further down the line and she's, wait, that's what you are into? That's what you believe in? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. Yeah, but it's not that bad. Okay, you're right. It's not that bad because I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty over something I never needed, something that was not in my plan. I'm thirsty. I'm giving out. Now you're talking about, in both situations, they bring up monogamy and they're like, wait, you wanted me to be with you just for the rest of my life? I don't believe in that. That's tough. So now you're in this situation where you're unhappy. You're depressed. You don't feel loved. And most of the time, people even kind of moved away from their family because the family is sitting there telling you, hey, y'all aren't right. Y'all aren't right. Something ain't right about this situation. Why are you stuck on this? Doesn't add up. Nothing wrong with them. They seem like a good person, but they don't seem like the person for you. And we don't want to listen to them, so we push family off. No, y'all just want me to do bad. Y'all see me happy, and y'all don't want to be happy for me. And there are people who don't want to be happy for you, but there are people who are trying to tell you the truth, but you just don't want to hear it. We call those messengers. Why? Because they can see, that's not right. Why? Because that was not your plan. You created your own plan. When you create your own plan, things can go wrong. And that's one of the worst things you can do is thirst over something. So you need to be open for things. You need to be looking for somebody who has the same values as you. Stop overlooking these red flags. Stop overlooking these things. Be direct with the person. Find out who they are, what they're about. Lift up that hood. See what's under the hood. Turn on the engine. See what that engine is like. Is it knocking? You need to do these things. Stop looking over the red flags. Now, let's say you do get that car. You get the right car. It's not a car that you just gonna pull up in and you looking nice, you look at them. No, you get the car that's meant for you. You go to God's plan. Can we talk about what you need to do? So a lot of people, they get the person that they were meant to be with, and they're like, yeah, I got my wife. It's a good wife. And we get complacent. We don't feel that we need to do anything to keep them. No. We talked about this before. We're gonna bring it back. Duty, loyalty, respect. When you get that car, do you just turn that engine on and drive and come back home and turn it on and drive and come back home and you never do nothing to it? No. You need to put gas in it. You want to keep it clean. You want to do your maintenance checkups, your oil changes. You want to get the fluid changes. You need to do your routine checkups. You have your duties to perform. Otherwise, that car is going to break down. Do not break down your car because you got complacent. Do not break down your car because you said, well, at least I'm driving something. You were given what was needed for you. You have your plan. Take care of it. Perform your duties. As you perform your duties, you get a little close. Hey, I'm doing my duties. I'm taking care of what I'm supposed to be taking care of. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. When you do these, you get a bond. So there's a loyalty. So what do they say? That car that you're taking care of, that car that you're loving, do you keep a for sale sign on it? For sale. So people are calling you. Hey, how much do you want for your car? I see you take good care of it. I see you doing right by it. How much do you want for your car? No. You take that for sale sign. Take it off. This ain't for sale. I'm taking care of my car. I love my car. This is my car. Loyalty. Be loyal to the car. Do not drive around with a for sale sign on. What does that mean? Dating profiles. You gotta get rid of them. When you find that person who, wow, okay, this is who I'm trying to settle down with. This is who I'm trying to be with. And you should feel that way once you decide to be with that person. But we all fall a little short. We all kind of, I don't know. And that's when we start doing those things. If you are doing that, if you can't let the dating profiles go, if you can't let the DMs go, oh, this girl is messaging me in my DMs and telling me that she wants to see me and this and that. Well, I told her, no, I don't want to see you, so I'm not cheating. Are you sure? Just because you're putting them on the back burner does not mean that you're not cheating. What it means is that you're in a relationship you don't need to be in. Because if you feel that you have to protect yourself, you're in the wrong situation. You need to get out. So loyalty. You need to get rid of those dating profiles. You need to get rid of those people that are in your DMs that are trying to, hey, you're trying to meet up, you're trying to hook up, you're trying to do this, do that. No, you need to get rid of those things. Loyalty. And once you perform those duties, once you have that loyalty, you will then have that respect. And that's the plan that you should be going with. But it all starts with you doing the checklist, coming down the boxes, and it all starts with these red flags. You need to have intention. You need to have direction. Stop looking for the best in someone. Stop praying away their bad. Stop praying away their flags. No, you need to do what's best for you. All right. So now, let's talk about value. On to part 2.